What's up, everybody? I know nobody's going to come on here right now, but later you will see this video. So this is my contribution to Mother's Day. The best way I could describe Mother's Day to all of you is from my point of view, because I am a mother. And because I'm a mother and a grandmother, I could actually tell you how we feel. So as I've told most of my daughters and people that are in my life, my mom and my sisters and stuff like that, people I know close to me, even my sons, mother is like a tree, like a living tree. We are like the living tree. We are the ones who continuously give to the world everything that is life. Without us, there would be no more continued life. Men contribute too, don't get me wrong. Without the seed of life to be planted within the realms of womanhood, there would be no birthing, right? Although there are ways to have it, because I've been seeing there's ways of having it. But you still need both elements to work. But women are the ones who give the birth. We are the ones who continuously shine the light into the darkness for all beings. We shine the light for the men who have been part of our lives or who aren't part of our lives sometimes. In some cases, we try to help keep that because we need them just as much as they need us. But our light is always continuously there. Now, some people will say, well, are women always the light? Sometimes our light is dimmed. Different things in life actually cause that. You'll see a tree that isn't flourishing properly, and it's because it's not getting the light that it needs to survive, to get down to its roots that are buried into the ground that give it stability. So then the tree fades away, right? Just like we do in life. Like we grow old, we perish. Like that's part of life for men and women and children too. It's just part of the way we come into this life. Those things happen. But if we think about, I want to just show you something so you can see what I mean. All right, let me just show you. Hold on. All right, you see this tree here? Do you see the sun shining through? Yeah. That tree cannot survive without that light from that sun. That sun is shining through. I've been sitting here for a couple hours just watching this tree, thinking about what I would say to you. Tree of life is like that. You have your father and you have your mother. Father God, whatever you want to choose to call the heavenly realms of creation. And you have your earthly mother, who is the mother who is giving birth to who we are as human beings and animals and mammals and even the creatures that aren't, because every creature is born, whether they're born by an egg that hatches or given birth, from mammals. We're all born. We're all given that life force of that light, that higher light. And that's what motherhood is. Now, there are some creatures where they are both the female and the male. There are creatures that do that. And they don't need the other counterpart. They just need that realm within themselves to create. And that could be part of the alien world, and we're not going to get into that here because I don't have enough facts to tell you that. But so I've heard, like there are some alien planets, if they really do exist, who don't need the two different roles outside of each other. They have it within themselves to procreate. But we here on this earth, we are human beings who give birth. We are mammals. We give birth. And we give birth to whatever female or male our bodies decide to create. So enough of that. Anyway, I'm a mom. I'm a grandmother, great-grandmother. I know I don't look like it because I started out early, so therefore I wouldn't look like how old people would want to think I am. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I am or how old I am or any of that. It doesn't matter. I'm still a mom. I'm still a mom. And motherhood to me is very special, which is why I never stopped being a mom. And as my kids grew and they had their children and they're raising their children, they come to me and ask me, how did you do that, Mom? Well, it was not easy. There were trials and tribulations. There still is. As each person grows, even my own life is a trial and tribulation constantly. I never know what's coming. I never know what's going to happen. Everything happens accordingly. And either I learn that lesson or I don't learn it. And if I don't learn it, I'm going to repeat the pattern over and over and over until it is done, until I've completed it. Or I say I'm not doing that no more. Because that's why we're here. We're here to learn lessons. We're here to experience the different ups and downs and all arounds. It's never going to be perfect in total like harmonious beauty of like the fiction movies that we watch. No, we're here to learn lessons. We come in with a set of rules and regulations, kind of like in our book that we write for ourselves when we come here. And mine was for motherhood and to also experience the many things that I am encountering in the different phases of my life. If that's any light to any of you, I hope that it shall be, Don't get down on yourself if you didn't complete it. Just stand up. And I do this all the time. Trust me, I do it. When things start getting to me, like my knees were hurting me so bad the other day and I could not understand why this was going on. I stood up and I started yelling at the universe and saying, yo, that's not what I signed up for. I did not sign up for this. I signed up to do this, this, and this, and this. So let's get back to the program. Stop throwing things and kinks in my way that don't belong to the storyline. And today, I tell you, it's a different day. My body feels much different. So whatever was stopping me, or whatever was trying to get in the way, I find ways to conquer it, I'm not giving in to things that don't feel right. Even people. Like people sometimes come in my life and I can't figure out why they're in my life whatsoever. Like, why is that person in my life? Like, I don't want that energy. Like, what's up with that? I have to do the same routine that I did about my knees. I just have to talk to the higher power and say, yo, what's up with that? Like, I did that already. Been there, not doing that again. Let's move it along. Keep it moving. I'm not here to babysit nobody. I'm here to grow with somebody, walk with somebody, teach somebody, learn from somebody. Yeah, that's all it is. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. So if you guys see me moving a certain kind of way, that's because I have changed the script in my movie, the script in my book, the story in my book, and the path that I'm on. I want to be like that light right there, shining down upon all of you. As I walk, my light should shine. And if it's not shining, it's because somebody has dimmed that light, or something has dimmed the light, or I have dimmed that light and I have to change it. You and I are the same. We can help each other, but it is not my job to walk your path, and it's not your job to walk mine. But we together could walk side by side, hand in hand, arm in arm. We could walk together. But ultimately, it's your foot in front of the other, and it's my foot in front of the other, and we're going together. But maybe I might need you, you know what I mean? I might need you because maybe I'm having one of my bad eye days, like today. No, today wasn't too bad. I might need you, and you might need me. Maybe you need a little encouragement. Maybe you need prayers, or maybe you need guidance, whatever it is. If I'm walking side by side with you, we're going to help each other. So that being said, that's what motherhood is to me. And I live this life every day. I enjoy the fact that we have one day out of a 365 cycle of days, or whatever it is that we're doing here, where we celebrate that one day and acknowledge the fact that we are women and we are mothers, or that the other people who are acknowledging it are acknowledging the people in your lives of who have helped you on your journey. That is what we're here for. And I tell you, I do this every day. I wake up in the morning and I go to bed at night. And in between, I am doing something for somebody. And sometimes I feel inadequate. It's part of the course of being a mom. You can't do everything that everybody wants you to do all the time. It just doesn't happen. My mom couldn't do everything for me. Well, I was not an easy person either. I was very independent and didn't really probably listen a lot. Hence why I became a mother early. Yeah, because I didn't listen. And I had kids that didn't listen to me either. You know, I tried to give them the life lessons that I went through, why not to do certain things. And some listened, some didn't. So it's part of the cycle of life, you know. Just like the tree that I was talking about. A tree planted by the rivers. You know, it's like the roots go in the ground. And if it's not in sturdy ground, or it's not where it can get what it needs, the nutrients to grow up into the tree, to branch out into the sky, if it doesn't do that, you're not going to bear the right fruit. You know? Now, can you change the atmosphere of a tree for it to grow better? I don't know. But I have seen people, because we're human beings, and we can do a lot of things. I have seen human beings take a tree that was not in a place that they wanted it to be, or maybe it wasn't healthy for the tree, and they have dug it up and moved it into a better place, and the tree survived. So yes, we as caretakers of the earth, get my tongue working there, caretakers of human beings and other animals and creatures of the earth, we are here to make sure life continues. That's what mothers do. Now, do fathers do it? Yes, there are fathers who are taking on the role of motherhood, not in the way of motherhood, like mother giving birth to a child, but they are taking on the role of raising the child. And the point I'm making with that is that if you have the foundation of what your mother did for you as a male figure, you know, she was a female figure in your life, or maybe you didn't have one. Some people don't have a good mother role model. Whatever it is that comes into you that says, oh, I'm going to take care of my child because they don't have a mother, or maybe circumstances didn't allow that, and you take on that role. You're still a mom. You're just a male mom. That's a new word. Everyone is a caretaker. There's a lot of pollen out here. Everyone is a caretaker here on this planet. So I'm just letting you know that. And I want you all to just do what you can for the people that you love and let them know you care what they did for you or what they're doing for caring for the earth and the people in it. And try to do your best each and every day to be that representation of the life giver. Maybe you're just the light that shines for somebody. That's a life giver. That's light. You are shining the light into the darkness. So the best way to get in tune with that is go out and hug a tree. I know you guys think I'm weird when I say that, but when I feel not grounded and I feel like things just aren't going the way they should for me, that's what I do. I go out and hug a tree. I go out and hug a tree. In fact, let's go do that right quick. Let me teach you how to do something. Because the foundation of hugging a tree is very important. Wow, they got some nice grass here. Here's a tree for you. Let me show you this tree. Let me show you this tree. Look at that tree. This tree is wonderful. And it doesn't matter where the tree is. Like this tree is in the middle of a parking lot. See, there's another tree down there. Huh? This tree is right here. This is the tree we were just looking at. And you can come here and just hug the tree. And feel the energy. Feel the energy of the tree. And it will hug you back. It will give you what you need. It will give you grounding. It will give you that inspiration to keep on going. Or just sit under it. You don't even have to hug the tree. Sometimes the bark is not so smooth. Then there are trees that the bark is smooth. I love trees. I love rocks too. My kids think I'm crazy, but it's part of life. I was brought up. I've told you the many stories. I've told you that my grandmother Ruth used to take me into the woods and just sit me there next to a tree, at the foot of a tree, surrounded by little trees and rocks, and just leave me there for hours to listen to what Mother Nature was saying. So these things are deeply rooted inside of me. And if that helps to shed any kind of light, because we live in a concrete jungle right now. Like everywhere is either cement, or bricks, street poles, cars. Oh my God, there's so many cars going by. It's like, it's no real living things around anymore. So when I find a place like this where I am, even though usually this parking lot is filled with cars, I find these trees here, I can still come and talk to them. Yeah, the pollen ain't so good for me, but that's because my body's changing in that realm. I'm not living amongst the trees every day like I should be. And when you're not in the presence of Mother Nature all the time, your body becomes I don't want to see, not immune to it, because that's why people get allergies, because you're not immune to it. But if you don't live amongst it all the time, you will have problems. So try to be out in nature as much as you can, when you can. Obviously, we can't do it all the time. But you see, I do it every day I go out. I just try to be out. I try to be in it as much as I can, even in the concrete jungle. As Bob Marley said, that we're living in a concrete jungle. I think Lucky Dubé talked about stuff like that too. I know there's a bunch of you on here. I absolutely cannot read nobody's comments, so I'm sorry, but welcome in. I'm AngelNaphtalies. Yeah. So I'm going to take a little walk, go home, and my daughter's bringing me some food, and I'm going to eat it, and then maybe take another walk. I want to say I would take a walk on the wild side, right? But ain't no wild side here. I know my path. I really am going to plan to go hiking. Even with my knee hurting, I'm going to do it. In the next month or two, I'm going. And I want to go camping, and I want to be out in nature, and I don't want to rely on anyone but myself. So I'll probably have to have somebody drive me and drop me in someplace and just leave me, come back in a week or two and get me. But yeah, I really want to do that. I want to do survival skills, you know, relearn, because I already know them, but relearn how to survive in nothingness. Like, you don't have all the facilities that you have in your house, you know, just be out in nature. So just learn to rely on what's there. Maybe do some fishing, things like that. Anyway, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and to all the fathers who are being like mother roles to their children and helping the mothers to do their job. Families who work together definitely have a plus. Those who don't have that have just as much power, maybe sometimes a little bit more. Like, I was a single parent, so I raised my kids by myself with literally not that much help at all. Except from my mother and my siblings. My siblings are a big help for me. But we have to help each other when we can, you know what I mean? And if you are a double family where you have two people taking care of kids, then you got a plus going on. You know what I mean? You got a plus, because it sometimes is a lot easier. I had to work extra hard to get my kids to be where they are. I didn't do the work all the time, like meaning my kids had to do their own part too, and they know what their part was. And if they did their part, just like I had to do my part when I was growing up, I was an independent person. I didn't rely on anybody. I was actually telling one of my kids today about how I worked in this restaurant, and a lot of times bringing home the leftovers that the rich people would come into the restaurant and not eat. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, can I change this? And they still paying for the meal, and then they're returning the food. Yeah, take that food home. Yeah, because it was like 5 of us, you know, and my mom was working hard by herself trying to raise us at the latter part of our years. So, yeah, my siblings and I, that's how we rolled. We had to survive. And my kids had to do some of those same things as they were coming up, because it was just me and them. You know, no help. No help. I'm not saying the fathers didn't do their jobs. I'm saying they weren't there helping me the way it should have been done. And now some of them will actually tell me I raised my kids really well. So I feel empowered by that. I'm happy all my kids have grown up to be successful individuals in their own rights, doing their own things. Some are still coming into their place, but they're doing good, and I'm proud of all of them. So if they're watching right now at all, I love you all. I'm proud of you all. You've made me feel like a wonderful mom. I can't complain about anything. At least I feel like I've done something, contribute to being that tree of life in your life. So that's what Mother's Day means to me. It just means I can acknowledge that I am a mom, I am a mother, I am a mummy, I am a ma, all those names that kids call their mothers. Yeah, we were making jokes about that. Ma, mummy, mother, ma, you know, all the ways you call your mom. And for those of you who are coming on that I can't see your texts, because I don't have my glasses on, I just have my sunglasses on. I want to thank you all, because I'm sure you're all saying Happy Mother's Day and I can't see. So I am going to head home, because that's my daughter calling me, telling me she's done cooking the food. So I'm going to have a nice seafood dinner, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace and love. Mwah. Go do something nice, and don't forget to love somebody, all right? I'm still waiting for that one. Yeah. But I love you all. Thank you all for being here. And if my mom is on here, Mommy, I love you. Have a wonderful, happy Mother's Day. And to my sisters, the same thing. Happy Mother's Day to both of you. Three of you. And even my brother, like, I don't even know if he would be on here, but happy Mother's Day to you and your crew, your sons, your wife, your grandchildren. Happy whatever. Just know I love you. All right? And to all of you, I love you for being here. Thanks for being supportive. And love to each and every one of you. Talk to you later. Ciao.